Where you go, I'm always with you. Together.
Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Adam, also known as Raph. This is Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a Fragmentary Passage trailer breakdown for you guys. If you guys are looking for Kingdom Hearts key back cover, either it is not out or it's currently being edited as we speak as of right now and is being broken down. So if it is out, you guys should definitely hit the card in the top right. If you guys haven't seen my trailer reaction, definitely as well hit the card over there or hit the links on the screen as of right now. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD version will not be covered in any of my videos due to the fact that there really isn't a lot of changes, and quite frankly that wouldn't really satisfy anyone for me to kind of do that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's get right into Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, a Fragmentary Passage trailer breakdown. So right off the bat, if you don't know, we are in the Realm of Darkness where Cinderella's castle currently is located. And quite frankly, this place looks very dark and mysterious and spooky. And something that I missed, I didn't see before, is that there's this weird little face over there at the top right of the castle. And quite frankly, this looked very, very interesting when I started, rewinding the trailer, and now I'm slowly processing that now I'm seeing this type of thing. As well, I'd like you guys to make sure that this is 12 o'clock right here at the tower, which will be definitely becoming handy later during the trailer. Next up, we see the camera pan down and it goes right towards Aqua, where she looks like she's very close towards the castle. There's something a little bit weird about this, and the weird part about it is that the castle has this nice little walkway that seems that anyone can enter, and it's all bright and lit up as if you can just walk right into it, which is kind of weird. Also, I'd just like to point out that there is a white screen during the door over there. This doesn't mean that the game isn't complete at all. To be honest with you guys, I just believe that it's just that bright inside the castle, so it could be a lighting effect. It could also mean that maybe when we walk a little bit closer to it, it just gets a little bit more dimmer. But we're not 100% sure, and quite frankly, I'd like to see, or I'd like to know in the later future on how this would work with the loading screens, because Kingdom Hearts 2.8 should have no loading screens other than playing Dream Drop Distance, so this should be a little bit interesting on how this would work. So the road collapses when the clock advances, as Aqua does say in the trailer, and she states that out very blatantly and obviously. It also seems that they kind of make it so that Aqua's telling the story, which is a little bit interesting because this is supposed to be Mickey telling the story to Riku and Kairi and Yen Sid all at the exact same time. As well, I'd just like to point out that Aqua just goes back instead of forward, and she doesn't make it in time. I can also point out that the island where the castle is that it's totally isolated, which is very interesting and very weird. Maybe the bridge was just fragile and doesn't want certain things to come through, or maybe it's something to protect the castle while it's in the Realm of Darkness. This may not even be the first time Cinderella's castle has been in the Realm of Darkness. We're not 100% sure, but maybe this is its backup plan or its protection plan to make sure that the castle is 100% safe. So the trailer makes a hard cut to where Aqua seems to be walking on this broken path towards the castle, or Cinderella's castle, where she used to live. Now, there's something that looks a little bit weird. For starters off, one, Aqua is a little bit too far from the castle. Don't you guys agree with me? Second thing that kind of backs up my theory that she's a little bit too far is that the clock tower seems to be pointing at 12 o'clock right before the clock starts to move crazily and then breaks down. Who knows? Maybe it's just that the clock tower kept spinning all the way for another 12 hours, which broke the path. We're not 100% sure, but we just have to wait until the game fully comes out to see it in full detail and understand where Aqua truly is. As well, there's something very nice to point out during this type of the trailer. We're going to talk about the HUD now. So the command board, or the command deck I should probably say, looks to be a little bit shorter, and this seems to be the shortest command deck that we've ever gotten in a game. We got attack, magic, and items, but no summons because Aqua did not learn summons during the time. As well, the HUD for her HP bar and MP bar look to be a little bit different, and there is a max meter, but it changes into a focus meter, meaning that that could be Aqua using shock locks as she used to do in Birth by Sleep. Also, there should be another thing that the face over here is somewhat static. It will change when she gets into battle, but it doesn't head bob like Sora does during some of the E3 trailers that we have seen. So first things first, it seems that the world over here will be a little bit more interactive. As we see from the screen right now, Aqua is currently sliding down this nice little slope, and it seems that she's reacting to it as if Sora was reacting to it from the Kingdom Hearts E3 trailer that we got in 2015. As well, it does seem that there is an auto lock-on towards the lamppost. Maybe she could use it to kind of gain combos, maybe she could use it for something else. We're not 100% sure what it's used for, but maybe when we get the game, we will see what it's fully used for in its full length. So Aqua jumps down and kind of does her normal pirouette type of roll type thing that kind of made it broken in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, due to the facts that you could keep spamming that and it would be like you could never be touched by anything. No Heartless, no bosses, nothing could touch you. And it was really broken during the time. But now it seems that maybe they might nerf it, maybe they won't. We're not 100% sure, but it's still to be debated. As well, when she lands on the ground, she does this nice little roll as if she was, parkouring to get all the way down there. It makes the game a little bit more alive, and as if she wants to take no damage from the roll that she currently has done, which is absolutely amazing and is a nice little key detail to the thing. It doesn't mean that she has a different roll, it still kind of means that she has her carpet pirouette type thing, so that's very interesting. Something I'd also like to point out is that when she is doing these type of rolls and the landings, is that the command deck is orange, which kind of signifies that she's in combat, which is very interesting. I think there's a little bit of a Heartless here right at the house, where she's kind of there, where it auto locks on, but I'm not 100% sure, and I'm also not there, but hey, that's up to speculation, and that's up to you guys to speculate whether or not that is a Heartless or not. But yes, it definitely does look like she is in combat. Her Keyblade is out and ready, so that she's ready to fight, which is interesting. Next up, there's a few things I'd just like to say from this part of the trailer. For starters off, Aqua has the same kind of Keyblade effect that Sora does in Kingdom Hearts 3, where the Keyblade comes out and there's a lot of particle effects around the Keyblade. This is a nice little touch that I really do enjoy and like. Another thing is that the camera zooms in on Aqua just as it does with Sora when he's going to be fighting a lot of people in Mount Olympus, which is very interesting and kind of a cool way to introduce you guys on how to fight certain Heartless. As well as the top right, we do get to see that Aqua needs to find these gears. Whether or not this is an actual main quest or side quest is still yet to be unknown as of right now. And quite frankly, she has one of 5 gears. Who told her to get these gears? We're not 100% sure. And where are these gears coming from? Again, not 100% sure on where it is. We also get to see this nice little new Heartless in the top there where the fountain is, which looks very interesting, and it seems that there was a group of Heartless there, but later on during the trailer you don't get to see that group anymore. So there's a few things that I just want to point out in this type of the trailer. For starters off, something that GamersJoint pointed out on his own rewind video is that there is a double jump that Aqua is using from Birth by Sleep, which is very interesting. As well, at the top right of that side of the trailer, you get to see the new and improved HP bar. It looks a lot different, and quite frankly, I just don't understand why it's different to me, but it just seems a lot more simpler, and it looks a lot better in the Unreal Engine 4. I guess it's just because of the shaders on the HP bar mode, perhaps, but I'm not 100% sure. As well, there's something that I would like to talk about. So as we see from this fountain, it looks kind of like the same fountain that we get from Kingdom Hearts back cover, that it looks the exact same thing like Daybreak Town, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case. You see, I did a little bit of research on the Cinderella, and quite frankly, I found an exact town that looks exactly like this. So, is this Daybreak Town? We're not 100% sure. It might be Daybreak Town, but for all I know for a fact is that it looks exactly like the village, and Daybreak Town looks exactly like this. So we are not 100% sure whether or not this is what it is. So the shortcut menu does appear on the side of the game, and quite frankly, it looks a lot cleaner and a lot better. I think the font looks a lot better in my opinion. As well, it does seem that it has the 2-page rule again, so very reminiscent, and I'm quite glad about this, so it looks a lot better. As well, she also has these other spells, Viagra, Blizzaga, Thundarga, and Curaga, which is really cool. I'm not 100% sure if we will be able to change those spells, but it would be really cool if we could, and quite frankly if we could play around with what she does have and what she doesn't have. So there's also another few things that I'd just like to point out in the trailer. So one of the few things is that Aqua is using her new Blizzaga spell, and quite frankly I think this is a tier 3 version of Blizzaga, and quite frankly it looks very strong and very powerful, as we can see from the HP bar damage. So as soon as Aqua uses her Blizzaga spell, Spellweaver appears at the left side above the command deck. Quite frankly, she only has about 30 seconds to use the spell, otherwise it will just disappear, from what I'm taking into account. This is very interesting because this could be the special requirement that activates Spellweaver in her case. It doesn't seem that it will take all her mana or focus gauge, because later on in the trailer we do get to see her use Spellweaver, but she still has her mana and her focus gauge is still there. We're not 100% sure on how this fully works, so maybe in the future we'll see how this 100% works. So there's a lot to cover in this part of the section. So next, Aqua uses Thundarga again, and this one looks to be very powerful. But if you take a closer look, there's a triangle button when she uses Thundarga, so she probably made it even stronger by pressing that. As well, I do also believe that the focus gauge actually regains when she does pick up those things from when the Heartless die, which is very interesting. She gains it very slightly, and quite frankly it's very hard to see, but if you play it down a little bit, you can see that she does gain focus, and as well she does gain MP for when she does it. As well, when she uses Thundarga, Spellweaver prompt comes up again with the 30-second time limit that she has to use it, which is very interesting. There seems to be a swarm of Heartless that group together, and they are kind of mad. As you can see from their red eyes, they are prompted to come and group together, which is very interesting. This reminds me of the Heartless that we do see from the Kingdom Hearts 2013 trailer, which looked amazing, and quite frankly, I'm really excited to see this in the full game. As well, when they split apart from each other, they do seem to have the yellow eyes right back again, which is very interesting. On the side note, Aqua does get hit by the Heartless, and it does do a ton of damage to her, but she does block the rest of the damage, which means that we don't see the full potential or the full damage of how much she actually does take from when she gets hit by the Heartless. And on a double side note, actually, the information bar at the top left says defeat all the Heartless. And quite frankly, this new information bar looks a lot more cleaner and better, and I just don't know, it just looks a lot different because it's in the new shader that they've been using for the Unreal Engine 4. Quite frankly, really excited, really happy with the results that they've been putting out right now. Now, something that I did see that may or may not either bug people or impress people is that Aqua is using this sort of small combo. Now, we don't get to see her actually fully finish the combo due to the fact that this makes a hard cut, and quite frankly, it kind of annoys me because we're not 100% sure whether or not this is going to be the Kingdom Hearts 2 combo that Sora normally uses, or whether or not this is going to be the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep combo. See, the problem with the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep combo is that whenever they start hitting things, they just don't hit anything. They look like it's like air, and quite frankly, it feels like there's no impact to whatever they're swinging at. But I'm not 100% sure, and I can't really judge as of right now, so I'm just going to wait for either a new trailer or until the game fully releases. Then we can finally judge for ourselves. So finally getting into the end of the trailer, we see that Aqua is using Spellweaver. For starters off, one, it's got the nice little attraction flow type thing that the Astro Blaster did, and as well as Big Rocky Mountain did for the attraction flows at the top left, as you can see over there at the command deck. As well, at the top right of the video, you can also see that the HP bar for this group of Heartless seems to be all joined as one HP bar. Whether or not if Heartless split up could be separated HP bars, we're not 100% sure right now, but for now, we're just going to take it as if this is a mini boss for the game. So during the end of the trailer, there's a lot of dialogue of Aqua just, wanting to be with Ven and Terra again under the same star for one last night. Quite frankly, this cannot happen due to the facts that she's in the Realm of Darkness. As well, I'd just like to point out that it kind of looks like she's in the Cinderella Palace due to the fact that there's a staircase with red right behind her, so this looks very interesting. Followed by that, we do get to see Terra come downstairs and she yells out Aqua. Now, the reason why I don't think this is Terra for 100% fact is that during the ending of Birth by Sleep, if you remember, Terra turns into Terranort, or Xehanort, or whatever you want to really call it. I don't really care. And quite frankly, he turned into some evil dude. We don't get to see his face at all. We don't even get to see the top half of his body. But quite frankly, I'm pretty sure that isn't Terra. And quite frankly, during the beginning of the trailer, she even states herself that her memories, or the memories in the darkness, or the Realm of Darkness, shouldn't be trusted.
Not even memories are safe from the darkness.
So, that's another thing to keep in mind. This could as well also mean that it is just Mickey, but we're not 100% sure on who or what this person is. This could either be a lingering version of Terra, but we're not 100% sure. And so guys, that is it. That ends the trailer breakdown for 0.2 of Fragmentary Passage with Aqua's story. What did you guys think of the trailer? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys did know that I missed a few things, tell me in the comment section as well. Make sure to keep up with me on Twitter, YouTube, by subscribing. Follow me on Twitch, maybe I'll live stream soon, and as well, you should also keep up with me on Snapchat, because I'm on Snapchat, so definitely check that out. What do you guys think of the trailer? Let me know in the comment section down below, or tweet at me. I do both. I'm Adam, also known as Vraf, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.